Guys, good morning. Happy Saturday from Connecticut. Here on the East Coast, it's about 4:30 a.m. Saturday morning. It's another cold, wet day here. I feel like I'm seeing that every day. All right, now I've been up for about 2 hours. I woke up real early, uh, and when I go to get the news, I don't want to watch just the American U.S. stations. I went to Al Jazeera. I went to a couple American speaking reporting channels in India, and it's interesting. There's the 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 channels reporting over there are saying that there was another U.S. airstrike in the last 6 hours, a second one after Soleimani. There was one supposedly around midnight, I'd say between 11 p.m. Friday night and 1 a.m. Saturday morning, that killed 6 medics on the near the border of Iran. I can't, even if I remember the name of the town, I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it correctly. It was fairly. It's on the east side of Iraq, near the Iran border. Supposedly, these were 6 medics in a convoy, a Shiite militia group. Apparently the first claim, the United States is saying they had nothing to do with it. So there's absolutely nothing on our media about a second attack. Absolutely nothing. ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS, MSNBC, Fox, nothing. Not a peep. We can't even get I saw one denial, and it wasn't from any American reporting stations. But all the stations over there are saying there was another airstrike. So you know what? I think this is just the first beginning. I think there's gonna be more of this. There's gonna be shots fired here, people killed there, and then it's gonna blow up big. Like I was saying, yesterday I felt guilty after I made my first 3 videos. Laying in bed last night because I was like, what if I'm wrong? Because as soon as I saw the first reports, as soon as I saw Bo's video talking about who this man was and his history, describing his history, I knew this was a bad freaking situation. This is gonna be the shit. So I continued. It was on my mind all day, and I continued to make the 3 videos with as much information and opinion as I had to communicate with all you guys, you subscribers, and you people watching. But like I said, laying in bed last night, I felt a little guilty, like I was being pessimistic. What if I'm wrong? What if Iran does back down? I don't know. I was probably half asleep when I thought that. I don't think that's the case. I know that's not the case. I suppose it's always good to have doubts, to look at both. It's always good to look at both sides of the story. It's very important. Or there's usually more than 2 sides of a story too. But like I was saying, that right now, as of about 5 a.m. East Coast Saturday morning, that side of the world is reporting that we launched another airstrike, and I hate using that term "we." I want to use the word United States. I don't want to claim any part of this shit mess. I see the reports. I see Trump on TV that this was for freedom and he's protecting U.S. servicemen. I noticed that there's absolutely, there's no evidence whatsoever. There's just very strong words that Soleimani was launching an evil, hideous. I forgot what the word. There was a couple of words in there that looked like they were right out of a horror movie. That he was up to no good, nefarious plots. Hey, I don't know. It would seem if he was meeting an Iraqi leader at Baghdad airport, I don't think that would be the place that I don't know. I don't know. I know that the United States has to say that. They have to say, they can't just say, well, we decided to assassinate an Iran politician and leader in general just because we could. They can't say that. I've seen absolutely no proof of any imminent attacks. And here's another interesting thing. Usually in the past, with like Bin Laden and stuff, they'll list everything he's done or been suspected of doing. He had a part in this bombing, we think, in the 1990, the first World Trade Center. We haven't seen none of that with Soleimani. None. I haven't seen any reports of things that he might have been suspected of being tied into. Nothing. Like I said, I'm not saying he was a good guy. He was on the other team. He was very good at what he did. Very efficient. I don't know. I don't know. To me, you know what my gut said? My gut says that Trump wanted to look like a big tough man. He wanted to get the heat off the impeachment. This is my gut, and we've seen this building up for 3 years now with his tough talk. Remember when that guy tried to rush the stage? Trump said like he was going to swing on the guy. You know, freaking 70-year-old billionaire with doughy white hands and never saw a day of work. Look, has Trump ever taken a swing at any human being? I highly doubt it. But it's always guys like that that need to talk a big game. Um, and what else? There. Oh yeah, remember when he said he was going to run into the school if he was there and go after that shooter? I remember that. Just more bravado, but unfortunately, the bravado. We all knew it was leading up to something like this, where he wants to appear like the tough guy, John Wayne, and so he's now assassinated a high-ranking Iranian official general. I hope Trump supporters understand who this guy was. I hope they understand how Iran's feeling right now. I think about a year ago, the Iranian people probably didn't have too much of a problem with the United States. Their politicians did, their leaders did, their ayatollahs did, but the people of Iran, I've seen interviews where they were just like us, exactly like us. Now, after this, I think there's going to be a widespread hate and anger at the United States all through Iran. I think there's going to be a call from all the Iranian people. We got to understand who this guy was. It's not, if it just, again, use empathy. Imagine if they did this to us. Imagine if Pompeo had been assassinated, or Trump, or one of our generals, General Mathis. Imagine if he was assassinated by Iran. We would be steaming. We would be out for blood. Well, they're out for blood. The thing Trump says, too, is he was avoiding war. Avoiding war with assassinating a top Iran official and general. No, I don't. That's ridiculous. No, he without a doubt, he's initiating a war. And now with this claim, their side of the world believes that we just launched a second airstrike and killed 6 more medics that were escalating. So, like I said yesterday, I wondered for a while if I was just being pessimistic, if I was just being a doomsayer. I don't think so. Then the stock market went down considerably yesterday. Oil prices went way up. I even noticed it when I filled my tank up yesterday, and the gas prices most certainly did go up in the last day or two, without a doubt. This is what I don't want to see, but I know I'm gonna see a bunch about 30 or 40% of the country, the Trump supporters, all cheering and waving U.S. flags like this is a good thing. All screaming, bomb them back to the Stone Age. Well, they'll be saying that initially until the body bags and the missiles and the real danger starts. It's easy to do that when you're not in harm's way. It's easy to be macho when you're not in the fight. Doesn't it seem like it's always that way? I remember getting in fist fights in high school, and I remember my friends egging me on, rubbing my shoulders. Go get him, Daryl. Go get him. That's what Trump supporters are right now. Go get them. Yeah, and then the fact that he was a bad guy, that he was plotting nefarious, he had big plans to kill U.S. servicemen. Here's the thing, like I said, I see no evidence of that whatsoever. I haven't seen any, no evidence, and I know Trump has to say that. And then in the coming days, I'm sure we'll hear that this was all for our freedom, doing it for our freedom. That assassinating an Iran official, an Iranian general, is somehow making me freer today. No, I think this is all for Trump's sagging testosterone levels. That's what I truly believe. I don't think that man has ever been in real danger in his life. I don't think he's ever been in a real fight in his life. And I think he knows it. And he shows that with this false bravado, this insecurity. Like I said, you've seen it a few times, like when somebody approached the stage or when he would talk shit in the rallies. Go ahead, punch him. I'll pay the bills. I always, don't get me wrong, I'm not bragging. My nose has been broke 3 times at least. The bones under my eyes broke. I've been in altercations, and I've never felt good about it. I've never felt good about it. I've never enjoyed it. When I won, when I lost, I always regretted it. When I see somebody like Trump talking about fighting, and he seems to have this new interest in ultimate fighting now too, which fits perfectly. It's usually people like that, the people that are insecure, that have never really had to draw blood before to actually inflict pain on other people. It's usually those people that are a little insecure about their masculinity, about their machoism, whatever you want to call it. They're the ones that talk a game a lot. I think the quiet people are the ones that have seen shit or done shit that aren't proud of doing shit. Anyway, that's where we're at today. That side of the world seems to think we're escalating, and as long as they believe it, that's a lot, and they believe it. That side of the world is saying that we killed 6 medics overnight, Friday night into Saturday morning, in another airstrike. Our media, not a peep. See, this is why I right at this point right now, I really don't trust our media at all. I think they're gonna just say, they're gonna repeat what Trump's been saying, not intentionally. I don't know. I don't trust them at this point. I almost trust al-jazeera and that side of the world. Not trust, but for me to make my own decision as to what I believe is actually happening. I like to hear both sides, or all the sides of the reports. So that's where we're at this morning. I'm just, like I said, yesterday I had a glimmer of hope where I felt like I was just being pessimistic. But today I think this is going to escalate quickly. And in 2 months, in 6 months, in a year, I think the Trump supporters that will shortly be waving U.S. flags, saying, "Bomb them back to the Stone Age." Yeah, Trump, macho Trump. We got a president with balls. Once the body bags start rolling back here, and the numbers, the casualties, the hideous pictures start coming back, I would hope that reality sets in. That drawing blood, even in a one-on-one fight or a war, is never a pleasurable, good thing. It's, sometimes you do what you have to do, but I don't think this is one of those times. All right, that's all I got to say for this morning. Have a good day.